Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Eric from the Beemer Fam. If you guys are new to the channel, this is my 2002 Bmw E39 M5. So if anybody who's watching this video is new to planet Earth and doesn't know that BMW is probably the most popular sport and luxury brand on the planet, it's for a reason. It's because to me and my family, they make arguably the best driving cars on the planet. Hence the term and the slogan, the ultimate driving machine. Now this E39 M5 is absolutely no exception, and this car actually cost around $74,000 when it was new. Having said that, a lot of people who see me pull up in this car, you know, get the loud exhaust cracking, see me going sideways, and just the overall styling on the car is absolutely beautiful, classic, luxury, and very sporty at the same time. People's first impressions of the car, they think it costs quite a lot of money to purchase a vehicle like this. Obviously this one has quite a bit of horsepower, 400 horsepower, around 370 foot-pounds of torque. And the reality of it is I actually only paid $15,000 for this car. Again, I said the car when it was brand new was $74,000, and I actually got this car for around $15,000. So right off bat, you can already tell where I'm going with this video. Today's video is about the top 5 cars that when you pull up, people might think you're rich, but the reality of it is they spent a few $1,000s on the car. It's, I guess, kind of a flex thing. Now, obviously, I didn't purchase this car to flex. I purchased it because I literally wanted this car when it came out when I was like 5 years old. It's actually my dream car, believe it or not. It's one of my dream cars. It's my first dream car. So that is the main purpose on why I got this car. But there are people out there who want to just stunt and flex on people. We're just gonna go through the top 5 cars from BMW where looks can really be deceiving. So first things first, we're gonna hop in the M and go for a drive. Alright, so we're off, man. It's beautiful outside. If you guys saw the last video, weather was absolutely horrendous. I really could not put the power down, but as you can see right now, today's a different story, you know what I'm saying? Let's get it. This car gets me gassed, man. Oh my goodness. The top 5 BMWs, top 5 cheap BMWs that will actually make you look rich when you're pulling up. So let's bust right into it. We're gonna start off with my dad's last 7 Series. Not his specific model year because he had the last model year of that chassis, but nevertheless, like a 2011 BMW 7 Series. The 7 Series is literally the flagship car from BMW. Now obviously they have implemented the 8 Series, and you know that might change here in the next year or two, but nevertheless, as of right now, it always really has been the flagship BMW. You put all the options on these cars, like the M760, you're looking at close to $200,000 for a BMW brand new. That's more than the i8, that's more than any M. You know, it's an expensive car, believe it or not. So having said that, I'm gonna let you guys know how much you can pick up like a 2011 7 Series for it. You guys ready for it? Give me a drum roll. $7,000. Yes, $7,000. I'm sure you guys see the images of this car. $7,000 for that car. That's a lot of car. We're talking 450 horsepower, all-wheel drive. You can get the rear-wheel drive variants. Obviously, these are used, higher mileage, of course, but there are people that are in that market, and you know they may be looking for a car that they could purchase that they just want to go, you know, they want to go all out and get the flashiest car possible. And I mean, busting right into it, the 7 Series is unbeatable in terms of that. I mean, there's so much luxury in that car, a lot of technology. Obviously, that's the top of the line for them. There's the 1 Series, 2 Series, 3 Series, 4 Series, 5 Series, 6 Series, and then there's the 7. Now there's the 8. But the 7 Series, they hone in all their technology, what they're capable of in terms of technology on the 7 Series. So that's the first car that we're talking about in this video. I was quite surprised at how much they have depreciated. You know, these cars, brand new, some of them, you know, they're 6-figure cars. You know, you can get them for over $100,000, brand spanking new. It's crazy because less than 10 years later, they're literally less than $10,000. The second car is the E60 M5. That is the chassis code. E60 M5 has a V10 engine, 507 horsepower from the factory, rear-wheel drive, and you can get it in either a manual or a SMG, automatic paddles, whatever you want to call it, transmission. So that's nuts. It's one hell of a car. My brother has the V10 M6 from that era, the E63 M6, the coupe, and you know, it's got the carbon fiber roof. It actually weighs, I think, the same amount, if not a few pounds less than the E92 M3. Correct me if I'm wrong.
You want to know some fucking stats? I'll pull up the fucking owner's manual.
You pulled out the manual though.
A 5-liter, 510 horsepower.
Why are you pulling out the manual for? You pull out the.
Are you gonna sit on top of the engine for lightly read it?
Right.
And that's where the magic happens.
But it's a pretty light car, especially when it came out, and then you got, you know, the 507 horsepower, that nice single clutch gearbox, so it throws you back in the seat on the shifts. It's one extremely dramatic car. I have not driven a E60 M5, but after I have driven my brother's M6, and I can really get an idea of how that car drives. It's got to be like a heavier version of it. You guys obviously know I have the E39 M5. The next body style after this car is the E60 M5. So you may be wondering, yo, bro, get to the chase. How much can you pick up these cars for? They look amazing. They sound amazing. Believe it or not, you can pick these cars up for as low as $9 grand, $9,000 for practically a supercar. I mean, when these cars came out, man, it sounds like a Lamborghini. It looks epic. I mean, that's obviously a controversial subject. The car is, you know, fairly massive for a sedan, sports sedan, but it's got the performance and the horsepower and the torque to make up for it. So $9 grand for a car like that is, to me, is a steal. Obviously, you're getting so much car for the money. And actually, believe it or not, you can pick up an E60 M5 cheaper than an E39 M5. You just put in on like Car Guru's Bmw M5 and you do cheapest, like sort it for cheapest first. Honestly, from what I was seeing, there are more E60 M5s on the cheaper end of the budget compared to E39 M5s, which is crazy because this car is much older than the E60. But that goes to show, I think it's mainly because of the reliability of these cars. The E60 M5, it's not that great. So obviously, when you do get the car, you do want to save, you know, an extra $5 grand just for maintenance alone. Thought I saw a cop. Yo, not a good feeling. But yes, the second car is the E60 M5. Hate it or love it, it's an epic car for a cheap price. Next is the E63 non-M 6 Series, okay, like the 640, the 650, around a 2004 model year, 2005, you know, early 2000s 6 Series. Like I said, my brother has the M version of that car, and you know, it's an epic car, but the non-M cars still have a V8 strapped under the hood, which must create an overall epic experience. We actually knew somebody, I believe his name is Malad, who had a burgundy reddish 650, and he did a muffler, like straight pipe delete. I don't know if he had cats or not, but the thing sounded epic. Overall, a good looking car, good sounding car, very luxurious. It's a 6 Series, so it's below the 7. It's not a 3 Series, so it's like a luxurious coupe, if that makes sense. So, believe it or not, you can pick these cars up for as little as $5,000. $5,000 for a 6 Series. Now, obviously, it's over 10 years old. It's actually around 15 years old now. But they look cool. They have the technology. They have that presence when you pull up. When you see the car, it's like, oh, okay, that's a 6 Series. It's a nice BMW. You know what I'm saying? A proper Beamer, first glance, especially if you're not a car enthusiast. You know, people are gonna think like, yo, this guy must have some change in his wallet. You know what I'm saying? Because the car really does look good. For the last 2 vehicles on the list, you guys may... Ooh, got some pops going. But yeah, you guys may be noticing like, yo, Eric, why is the weather different and you're wearing a hoodie now? It's actually the next day, because as I was editing the video, I noticed the last file got corrupted. So we're just gonna jump right into it. The last 2 vehicles. Next vehicle on the list is the F10 5 Series, okay? These cars look really good on the outside and the inside. BMW has really done a good job, in my opinion, to making the 5 Series go back a little bit more to its roots. The E65 Series is visually a large car. It's way taller than the E39, longer than the E39. To me, it's a boat, you know what I mean? Comparing it to the older 5 Series and just what BMW meant the 5 Series to be. You know, the F10 really did a good job just bringing back familiar design language. You know, the result of that is a pretty looking car, which you're looking on the screen right now. Believe it or not, you can actually pick these cars up for as little as $7,000. We're talking about a 2011 model year car. Obviously, again, this is going to be higher mileage than a used car, but still, if you're in the market for a used BMW, you want something that's new, got all the technology, this and that. The F10 5 Series is going to be your bet, because it's going to come standard with a lot of options that the 3 Series has as optional. Just keep that in mind. The BMW F10 5 Series 2011 year is when they started making that chassis, so yeah, look into it. And last but not least, our most expensive vehicle on the list, which still is extremely cheap for what you're getting, is the Bmw X6. Now, the Bmw X6 is pretty much a sport. I think they categorize it as a sport utility vehicle. It's basically an SUV, but with a sloped rear end and more of a aggressive exterior design language. I actually drove the X5. That's the first car I learned to drive on, and that's basically the same. It's pretty much X6, but it's the just more boxier looking SUV version of it. I'm sure they drive almost identically. They're great cars, guys. I've driven the brand new body style X6. If you haven't checked the video out, go check it out. To me, they look good. I know some of you guys are like, oh, I hate the X6, I hate how it looks. And some of you guys can be like, I totally agree with you, Eric. Well, they're great looking cars. It's pretty much a controversial subject. You can pick one of these cars up for as little as 10 grand. You know, again, this is around like the 2011, you know, around those model year ranges. With all the technology that comes involved with these cars, to me, that's a killer deal. That's a good price. There's a lot of car that you're getting. It's the X6, so it's it's up there. It's like their flagship of the X models, because obviously the X7 was not out then, so it was like the highest model of the X that you could get at the time. Allow you just to fully appreciate the car and enjoy the BMW brand without having to spend all that money that you have to spend on a brand new car, like 70 grand. I think these cars, go for $70,000 new from the factory, somewhere up there. Just keep that in mind. 10 grand for an X6, I think that's nuts. You can obviously do your tasteful mods. Which one do you guys think makes you look the most rich, in a sense that you pretty much are spending less and getting more? Also, if you guys like this video, make sure you drop a like and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram at Beemer Fam. We are so close to 10,000 followers, so it'd be epic if you guys like the content. Go over to Instagram and also just find some more fire Beemer Fam content, you know what I'm saying? So with that, I'm just going to go lay back and enjoy the rest of my day. I hope you guys please do the same, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.